Right, welcome back to the channel. Got some good fire going. We're out here at the cabin today. Starting to get dark. We did a little bit of mowing. There's a deer season, a youth deer season in. We're gonna let Douglas do a little deer hunting in the morning. We're also gonna set up the stove tent. Do a little camping in that for the first time ever, instead of just trying the old boy out. So we're gonna jump off here, quit yapping. I wanna get this thing set up and get it nice and toasty for tonight. All right, we got a couple power banks. Got a little generic one there. It's 50,000 milliamp hours. And I've got one of these Anker Solix C300 DCs. And I got those lights powered on it. I think it's 90,000. And lights have been gone for like half an hour now and it's still at 100%. So that thing here's got a little bit of power. We're gonna be running lights and charging the phone off this. Hopefully we won't need to pull from that one at all, but we'll see. All right, we got the tent. Douglas getting ready to get stuff put up. But I've got these power banks here. That's a generic one, about 50,000 milliamp hours. And I've got this brand new Anker Solix. I think it's a C300 DC. And it's got like 4 different USB-C, a couple regular USB cigarette lighter. Neat little thing, it's got a solar plug-in too. But this thing's 90,000. It's still at 100%, and these lights have been running for at least 45 minutes like that. They're pretty bright little Christmas lights, little Amazon Teepee lights. I can't remember where I got them. But we're gonna try to run everything off that. We might use this if we need to. But run those lights and charge the phone off this. We're gonna get this tent set up. All right, it's set up. It's we need to guide out a little bit better. Like it's kind of loose over here, but you get the idea. I don't know. I think maybe this door's the one I'll keep open. I'm not sure yet. Actually, I need to see where the stove jack is. Right here, so it will be that door over there because the stove will be right there. But we'll get this thing finished up, guide out a little bit, and then we'll get the stove set up. I got Douglas back there tamping in stakes, getting them a little bit more lined up. I've got my wood stove. We're gonna run it through, if I can find it, the jack there. And then when it gets a little bit cooler, it's still not quite cool enough yet, we're gonna start this thing. It's supposed to dip down into the 30s tonight, so we will need it. But we'll get it set up, get the pipe through. We'll show you the finished result. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of on this is this stove jack's kind of really close to the middle. It's supposed to be a multiple person tent, but it kind of makes it hard. There's Douglas with the stove jack now. I have to turn it around a certain way. Almost face the mouth of the wood stove back towards the wall of the tent. Line it up. Hopefully it goes on. It's a little bit bent right now. There we go. All right. You can see where it goes through. Finished result. All right, we'll get some light in here and we'll show you the setup once everything's done. All right, I got the truck on. I needed some light. We're not exactly out in the wilderness right now, folks. But me and Douglas, that's the other door, it's open. We got our pad set up down there. I'm gonna get something to set my power bank on over there. But I got the lights running outside, and we're gonna put a tarp up over there by the fire. We got our sleeping bags on these, get a little bit more organized in here. But I've got a tarp I got off of Amazon called Clost Nature. Some kind of Chinese thing, you know, they're always making these names up. But we're gonna set it up kind of like a little porch. All right, we're cutting down a little sapling here, beech or a maple, something I don't want to hear anyway. And we're gonna use that to make some tent stakes for that porch tarp we're gonna build. Douglas getting it knocked down, should be able to make 2 or 3 out of this. All right, we got us a good little fire going now. Douglas got my poles sized out, and we're gonna get that thing set up. All right, we're gonna tighten this thing up a little bit, but that's our little porch. Got our tent set up. We're gonna get them truck lights off in a minute. And hopefully finally have everything finished the next time you see our setup. All right, Bub's enjoying the fire. We got our little setup here. I had a tent pole. I was afraid it's gonna poke the tarp, so I put a glove on top of it. We kind of use that to raise. It's not perfect. We might mess with it tomorrow morning and try to perfect it, but tent over there, getting our sleeping bags in now. Bub's getting ready to go hunt up some wood so we could start the wood stove inside the tent. One thing I need to do is get a little bit of bigger wood cut down for this stove. I really don't have anything small enough. We've got some more thin fuel out here, but it's really long. Our wood stove inside's 2.5 foot long wood stove. We kind of got anything we've got, we got to break in half, and we'll just get a little bit of this stuff ready. We've already got small stuff loaded inside the wood stove. We're going to light it here in just a second. All right, there's my setup over there. Got my 0 degree sleeping bag and then a little generic sleeping bag underneath it on top of my pad. Bub brought a couple blankets. He's going to double some blankets up. I told him he needs to get one of those sleeping blankets out of the cabin and lay underneath them. It's going to get pretty cold tonight. All right. We got this thing loaded and we're going to light it. Wait for it to start burning good and then throw a little more in. All right, we got it started. I'm going to close it up before it starts smoking in here. All right, we got it going. You can see that smoke going pretty good now. Now I just got to wait for it to warm up in here. All right, Bubba got him snug as a bug in the rug. He's ready for bed. I tell you, we got her plenty toasty in here. We're not even trying to burn this stove too hot right now, and it's probably 85 degrees in here. So I'm going to leave it alone for quite a while. That should be plenty of wood for the night. It will eventually run out, but we'll fall asleep long before we ever get uncomfortable, and underneath these sleeping bags will be just fine. All right, we're getting the fire going again. I guess a little breakfast. Go out there. Douglas got him a deer out on the corn pile now. We got to take care of it, bring it back, and get our morning started. All right, we're gonna have us a little sausage and some gravy. Cook it right here on the stove. Let these things get warmed up, put some in our belly. All right, we ran the thing all night. The little button, 66%. So I charged my phone and ran those lights for about, over 12 hours we ran those lights. And it's still at 66%. That's not too bad. We hope you enjoyed this little adventure we brought to you. We hope to use this teepee and the stove for more adventures in the future. Artifact hunting, deer hunting, squirrel hunting, and just good old-fashioned camping. If you guys liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Share this video with friends, and we'll see you on down the road.